Steph Curry and the Dubs. Kawhi back after missing Game 6 against Houston. The Spurs outscore Golden State in the paint 16-4, Jarvis, in the first quarter.
Absolutely unreal to see Kawhi going down the middle with a tomahawk jam here. LaMarcus with a off-balance shot. He had it going in the first half and really put him on his back early on.
And they forced some turnovers. Ginobili, who is fantastic in this game. Eventually the other way for Aldridge, who did have a big first quarter, Sam.
Well, we know Golden State have a tendency to turn the ball over. And again, LaMarcus, that first half, San Antonio, everyone played great.
Kawhi had 18 and 8 in the first half. Brilliant here in the lane, and then some more coming from Kawhi. With San Antonio up by 20, there is a lot of work to do. How do we get back in the game, Steve Kerr?
And it's back to 20. Get your poise back. Wings run like crazy, right? Just settle in on like 3 stops in a row. Let's get 3 stops in a row, and the push will come from that, and the pace will come from that, all right? Settle in, and we'll be all right. All right?
All right, it would work with some help. Scary moments from Kawhi. Now, this is the first time he rolls, seems to step on a teammate's foot. They'd go to commercial break after this, and we had a lot of talk, Sam, about whether or not Kawhi would stay out of the game. He asked out. Pop leaves him back in, and here is the Pachulia play.
Leonard fires from the corner.
Yeah, and Casey, when you watch this play, look at the space, Kawhi with a step-back fadeaway jump shot, and you watch Zaza Pachulia not only contest the shot, but he takes that 2 extra steps, and then he extends that left foot in the landing zone.
It's a dirty play.
Yeah, yes,
right?
It is.
Yeah, not only that, but typically when someone steps on your foot, you're going to look back. He didn't look back at all, just went up the court.
Steph and the Dubs, they answer 21-4 run, and then the defense would step up. The turnovers were forced, and Steph Curry, Jarvis, went through a stretch. He didn't miss a shot for a while, 19 in the third quarter.
Yeah, when the Golden State Warriors start hitting shots, the basket is big as an ocean, and especially led by Steph Curry. For a minute there, like he was not going to miss a shot for the rest of the game.
Fifth 40-point playoff performance for Steph. The Spurs tried to turn it around this time, almost turn it over, but eventually find LaMarcus Aldridge cutting to the paint and won. They settled down and were up by 9, but Kevin Durant was the star of the fourth. And Sam, this is why the Warriors are so dangerous, because it's not just Steph. KD can be KD anytime he wants.
Well, think about it. Golden State is one of the highest assist teams in the league, but when they need it, they have a guy like Kevin Durant that one-on-one, he's probably the second best one-on-one player in the league behind Kyrie Irving, and he just took over that game for a stretch of time.
On the other side, this is one of only twice we saw him this deep. LaMarcus, kind of a rough second half go after Kawhi left the game, but he did have that bucket and finish with 28 to put San Antonio up by 1. There was a play just like this the other way towards San Antonio in the first half. This was indicative of the change, though, because Jarvis, this time it was the second chance opportunities going to Golden State.
Yeah, huge momentum swing here. Golden State get 3 cracks at it with Steph Curry getting 2 of those shots. I promise you he was not going to miss that second round.
Drive from Clay. Draymond hits the layup. Golden State up by 2. 108-106. About 20 to go. Steph Curry. The drive. Simmons, Aldridge, nobody can do anything for that. Little luck on the rim, too. And then the other way, LaMarcus Aldridge tries to get... Now, look, this is actually a pretty good look. You wonder what would happen if this would have been Kawhi in the corner.
Well, first of all, I don't think Kawhi would have been left that open. But, again, San Antonio played their tails off, had a chance to win this basketball game, and unfortunately, Kawhi Leonard went out with injury.
Patty misses the second after making the first. 2 late fouls by Klay Thompson actually gave them an opportunity still to have a chance to win this game, but they drop it 113-111 in a game where Zaza Pachulia orders the code red. Kawhi goes out up 23 and down 1-0 in a series. If you win this game and you steal a game on the road, even if you lose Kawhi, we talked about this, you could sit him game 2, take the extra 3 days of rest. You got 5 days because you already got the game you need. Now, if he's at all okay, you have to push Kawhi to try and get there because now you need game 2.
Yeah, you need game 2. Like right now, if they would have closed this game out with Kawhi getting hurt the way he did, like you said, you could have rested him game 2, given him an extra 3 days off heading back to San Antonio. But now with him being hurt, you almost you need him for game 2 because you have to get that split in Golden State.
You know, the one thing that gets lost in this game from the San Antonio side, first of all, Ginobili, who spoke there, was so fantastic and vintage. But how about from a coaching standpoint, DeJounte Murray and Jonathan Simmons, those kids looked at times on the floor like the two most poised guys in Spurs uniforms late in this game.
Well, yeah, they kept attacking. They kept playing with a lot of poise and toughness. And the thing that you have to do in a game like this, especially on the road, you can't get caught up in the moment. You understand that Golden State's going to make a run. I mean, this team is a great basketball team. You have to understand that. But what San Antonio didn't do, Casey, and the thing that they did in Houston, they didn't turn their offense over. They took a lot of quick shots. They stopped setting screens. They made it easy for Golden State to deny and push them out far on the floor because they did not set screens. And then, last but not least, LaMarcus was posting up at the free throw line. Before you even call for the ball, go establish the spot in the position you want on the court. Go get that deep post up. Then you turn and call for the ball. Now, you're in point-blank range, and if the double team comes, it's a lot easier pass to make out of that double than when you're at the free throw line.
The other thing is, and, you know, there are plays to diagram this when you look at this, if you're watching this game at home, from the forward standpoint, when you're sitting there in the post, why was he waiting so long for the double, for the trap? It seemed like there were times where if he would have gone right away, he'll draw a foul or at least get a chance to take a hook shot.
You know, we was all looking at that at the same time, and, you know, the deep catches that he did get, he would wait. He would wait on the double team instead of attacking the defender right then and there. And when the double team came, he was late to pass it out. So I don't know what was going through LaMarcus Aldridge's head in those moments in time, knowing he's going to get that extra attention, especially since Kawhi is out of the game. You have to be more alert and more aware where you're on the court and who's guarding you to be able to take advantage of that.
If you're Golden State, you were down 25 at one point. Clay had one of the worst games we've seen him have all season, not likely to continue, and you still win game one. KD big in the fourth. We'll hear from the Dubs, victorious in game number one.